What's up, beautiful people? My name is Eki Wasamota, also known as Eki's famous creative director of an amazing company called Your Queens. Welcome. Hey, seeing y'all beautiful faces. If you're on here, share this out. Share this out with your family and friends. Your Queens is on and they talking creativity, and this is their last episode of season 3. Log in, share this out. We're about to have a great conversation with some beautiful people that I've known for years and also been part of. First off, I'd like to introduce Queen Aisha. She's an educator, she's a model, she's a creative, she's also a member of Your Queens Incorporated. Say hi to the people, Aisha.
Hi, people. I'm Aisha. I am the marketing partnerships director for Your Queens, and I also play Queen Makita, and occasionally, sometimes Queen Amina.
Yes. Good to have you. I told him off. Told you offline. I'm loving your style right now.
Thank you.
Hat, lifts and the boots. Yes. Next up, we have my beautiful queen, Rashina. I've honed this name to call her as well as a master. You look beautiful. Hey, girl, a master educator, also a model, also just a phenomenal woman and entrepreneur. Working with children and adults all around the world because we're putting it out there. I've known her for over 10 years, and she's been with Your Queen since the day it started, and so blessed to have her. She's also a vice president with the Your Queens team. I thank you for being here, Queen Rashina. Say hi. I was about to say Queen Amina, Rashina, same person. Say hi.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight as we talk about creativity. As she said, I am Rashina, and I play Queen Amina of Your Queens Incorporated. And I'm just so happy that we made it to our final episode with nothing but love and positivity. So I'm excited for today's talk.
Excellent. That was beautiful. Well said. Next up is my great friend. Well, I could call her, she's like a sister to me, Nefertiti Warren. Yes, that's her real name. Her real name is Nefertiti. I met her way back in the day. I always say around 2007. We got to travel together to Nigeria doing dance. Oh, those glasses are cute. You switched it up on us. We traveled the world together, and she's also an amazing actress. And she looked familiar because you've seen her in commercials on Scary Mommy on TV and all that good stuff. She's also an amazing mother and a new member of Your Queens Incorporated. So happy to have you. Say hi to the people.
Hi guys! Thank you so much for the wonderful intro as always, Queen B, Queen Billionaire. I'm a reflection of you. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be on this show. I'm so excited for the season finale! Okay, let me calm down. Hi, I can't wait to talk to everyone about everything. Everything that you said was true, obviously. I'm also playing understudy for Queen Nefertiti and Goddess Isis, which is dope. And I just love being a part of Your Queens and everything that you guys do, as always. So thank you for having me. Looking forward to the conversation.
Yes. Shout out to the queens who are tuning in as well, and our family and friends. Don't forget, this is our last episode, and then next weekend is Kwanzaa, y'all. Your Queens is celebrating our 5th Kwanzaa celebration. Donations accepted. Where do your donations go? Like a lot of times we'll say ask for donations for a nonprofit. It literally goes back into the community. We have a rites of passage program as well as a mentorship program. So save the date, December 26th, in person or virtual. We are asking for rapid testing because we want to keep everyone. I know sometimes people are frustrated by it, but in order to keep everyone safe to come in, we're also going to have food. We have an amazing DJ and vendors. So listen, I'm really blessed, y'all, because I have amazing people and powerful people around me. And we have a special guest with us. His name is T.L. Cross. He is a singer, songwriter, historian, father, husband, and my mentor, and also mentors our young boys. T.L. Cross, so great to have you. Thank you for being here. Say hi to the people.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I want to say congratulations to you and to all of you, for your getting to this point and doing so many great things with this, this being like the final episode of the season. I think that's super dope. Thank you for your introduction. Makes me, seem kind of okay, so So I'm looking forward to, kicking it with you all and have some fun and talk about creativity and whatever else is on the plate. I'm down for.
Thank you. It's a thank you for your time. And for all our queens, thank you for your time. Shout out to Brother Logic of I RANT Network, who's holding us down behind the scenes. Shout out to Your Voice Media as well, who is streaming us live. So we started Behind the Crown, just going live on our Instagram. And then like we're in season 3. We've gone, I can't even count, maybe over 30 times. Again, if you're just joining us, subscribe to Your Queens Inc. as well. So we started with Your Queens Inc. and now we're streaming live on I RANT Network and on Your Voice Media. I'm so excited to have that. DJ Overload, TL in the house. Yes, yes. Shout him out. I've seen Nefertiti's work. She's extremely good she's great, yes, at what she does. Thank you, DJ Overload. I know he's working hard right now and tuning in. We appreciate you. I want to start with the first question because we're talking creativity, but I also want to give the definition because, again, creativity is Kuumba, which is part of the Kwanzaa principle. It's the 6th Kwanzaa principle. Kuumba means to always do as much as we can in the way that we can to leave our community more beautiful, more beneficial than we inherited it. That's a beautiful word. So my first question to my amazing panel is, what does it mean to you to be creative? What does it mean for you to be creative? My spirit is jumping on Aisha to answer that one first.
My spirit was like, I know she's gonna pick me.
You know the vibe. You got this, queen.
What does it mean to be creative? I really love the Kwanzaa principles because I feel like they always have, like, no matter, I think, your faith, the base of your faith, I think there's just such meaningful and like transferable sort of like message that is being shared through the Kwanzaa principles. And I like to think about like creativity as part of like how we, in a way, can show worship to God, like how creation, like this world was created in a particular way, and it's like we are also continuing to like participate in the creation and manipulation of the earth's resources and to do all the beautiful things we can. So I think of like architecture as part of that, cultivation, growing crops, like that's part of that. For me, to be a creative person, it's really through the lens of like fashion and visuals. That's like the things that I feel very drawn to, and it has always actually been drawn to since I was a kid. I could think about when I was little, I would, my favorite thing to do was go out with my mom. We'd go shopping and come back and play fashion show because I was always ready. So, it was like, the best part of the shopping was just getting to be like, okay, now look at me sharing this with you all. Like the way that I put things together, I'll be like, it wouldn't just be the outfits that I bought that day. It would be like, okay, I bought this with intention, knowing that I'm going to wear it with my jelly sandals. And now I'm going to put these on and show my mom. And she was just like, all right, you cute. But like, I never knew that I was going to like continue to like really participate in that way. And I think being creative doesn't necessarily always have to look like this is what I do and thus I make money off of it, but rather like, how do I appreciate the world around me? How do I make sense of it? And how do I interpret it back out to the world? And that's what creativity is for me.
Bravo. Well said. I felt that. The first thing that stuck at me was you said it's like your worship to God. So he gives us this beautiful earth, and then it's what are you doing with it? But listen, y'all, I'm blowing Aisha up. You see her her Instagram right there. Now her style off the chain. Like I look forward to see let me see what Aisha got on today. How she killing it? Because it's a whole vibe. Like she may give you a 90s look, an 80s look, or what's the other like characters? The Marvel character. Her style is so
the 60s Twiggy.
Yeah, all of those. You know what I mean? And it's so intentional. And look, you were doing that as a young girl, and now you're making money doing it, modeling and styling and doing
a little bit. You know,
more coming though. Coming, I promise you, more is coming. But I mean, look what you're doing with the you're giving back with the Freedom Boutique. It's all connected.
Yes. And I'm sure I'll have opportunities to share more about that. But that's one of the ways I also think about like creativity having a purpose. And that's something that's really important to me with everything I do. Like, how do I get to share my creative side, and how does that make the world a better place in some way?
Excellent. Yeah, I want you to come back and share about the Freedom Boutique as well. DJ Overload, to create is to make something new, to think of something new, something unique, something different, spin on this new thing. Okay, what's up with you? What's your creativity, DJ Overload? So what does it mean to you to be creative? That was awesome, Aisha. That was awesome. I would like our king, TL.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh
go.
man. Yes. I love what Aisha said. And just to piggyback off of that, I mean, to me, creativity there's a few things that I want to say about that. One, I think creativity is, as DJ Overload said, bringing something into existence that did not previously exist in that space. You're creating, something, and I think people create for different reasons. I think that sometimes you have to create for the mere purpose of survival. You have to create a way in order to do a thing. You know what I'm saying? And then there's also a creating as it pertains to, like, let's say the arts or something like that. You're creating fashion. As we talked about with Aisha. Looks. Music, dance, being creative. And if I could just interject a little history in here, something that I love so much.
Let's go.
An example. I got to get nerdy. I apologize.
Don't apologize. Let it flow.
So, a great example to me of creativity is the fact that our ancestors, they were communicating via skin drums. Being able to get a message, from one place to another place, using skin drums. That was creative to me. That was creativity. A way to get a message, to a faraway place, actually. By it, almost a game of telephone. You play it, the next town gets it, the next place gets it, the next place gets it, and it gets all the way to where you need it to be. Once, we're in America and the Caribbean, in some of those places, skin drums being outlawed. So once skin drums are outlawed, with the exception of the places that speak Spanish. So of course we still see the skin drums in Spanish speaking, places in the music and stuff like that. But what you would see in the Caribbean was they created the steel drum, because there was there could be no skin drum, and that's creativity. That's a creative way to reach back and channel something that is deeply embedded, into you, but something has been taken away, and you had to create something new. In America, what you may have found is you may be able to find in juke joints them playing the piano, in a percussive way where you can dance to it, like ragtime music, or in churches, the hand clapping and the foot stomping. These are ways to compensate for something that has been taken away. So in that space, something was needed, and creativity was used in order to make that happen. And as we know, music has been used and utilized to free people, to educate people. I think most people here know the alphabet because of a song, so ultimately, creativity to me can be a part of survival. It can be a part of expression, like expressing yourself. And I think that creativity is used not only just on us, people who walk, talk, and breathe. If you're a if you're a branch, on a tree, and you're sturdy, and the wind is blowing, you have the ability to do something creative, which is bend, with the wind, so you won't get snapped off, come crashing down. So that would be put under the category of surviving, being creative, finding a creative way to still be here and be able to live another day, do another thing, and affect people's lives.
Wow, bravo. That was a great history lesson. You'd think when the skin drums, and make me think about the talking drums.
Oh, yeah.
Dad, right? The talking drums. I love how you went from the talking drums to the steel pan to the piano. And these are creative ways that we were able to communicate. And even this platform that Logic created for us as well. That's powerful.
Yeah.
Talking drum. Yeah. That was it. When there was no phones, there was none of that back in the day, and that's how you heard the doom 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 doom. Oh, dinner's ready. Are we gathering together?
Yeah.
That's what that was. Thank you for that, Rashina. Let's go. What does it mean to you to be creative? Thank you, Tio.
Those are both very beautiful. So I appreciate your comments before mine. But I would say similar to the previous panels, I feel like being creative, one for survival and two as an expression of who you are. So for me, what it means to be creative is taking the resources you have and turning it, creating something new. Um, they always say life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And I used to always joke around and be like, well, everybody's going to make lemonade, so why would I make lemonade? Like, if life is giving all of us lemons and we all make a lemonade, like, why would I do that? I'm going to take my lemon tails and make a house or something. Like, I would always say something like that, and people would laugh and think I was joking, but it's like, no, that's really how I feel. I feel like, why do what everyone else is doing when I have the opportunity to do something different? Um, and sometimes it's not even the opportunity, it's you forging a way. Survival, we have the resources we're given, especially as Black and brown people in this country. We have to take what we can get, and we don't want to always be sad about it. We don't want to always have the short end of the stick. So we found a way to make it the best. We found a way to make it above par, not subpar. Like, we found a way. We were very creative. Our ancestors have always been creative, and I feel like it literally is passed down in our DNA. Just look at social media now. No offense to anyone, but these TikToks are not that fire coming from certain people. So it's like we see it in 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, infants. They're like, damn, that baby can really dance already. So it's something that's just within us, and I feel like it takes a certain push or certain encouragement for us to really tap into our creativity, and that's what makes us stronger as a people and what helps us unite. So being able, as a teacher and as an educator, being able to take the lack of resources that we have and turn it into something spectacular for my students is my way of leaving the world a little bit more beneficial. It's like, yeah, the topic is learning 1 through 10 today. We're gonna push through. You guys are gonna learn 1 through 10, but how can I make it creative? How can I use a die to show you 1 through 10? How can I not use the numbers that we always see? Let's use figures. How can I have you recognize a group of five, similar to how you're going to see it for the rest of your life? Things like that. And there are, we have these professional developments as teachers, and there's so many resources out there and programs that are like, yeah, do it like this, do it like that. But in reality, we don't get that. So we watch it on YouTube in a professional development, and we don't get the material. So I have to be creative. I learned how great this is for the students. So you know what? I'm gonna take some loose parts. I'm gonna take some twigs that I found. I'm gonna take some acorns that I found. I'm gonna turn it into an art project, and at the end of the art project, you already learned 1 through 5. Um, so I feel like being an educator, and outside of teaching, I also work with the youth. So I'm always in some way educating. I feel as if that is what it means to be creative to me, is just taking what I'm given, turn it into something spectacular, and instilling that value into another generation. So it's not just me learning and me doing something cool. I'm also igniting that spark in you that you naturally have. Like, you probably didn't even know that you're so creative, but guess what? After this lesson, you just figured out that you could do X, Y, Z, and now you're excited and you're showing the world X, Y, Z. Things like that. And then, like, the cycle continues. Just spark that fire, and the cycle continues and it spreads. Children learn from their peers. It really makes me feel good to see creativity spark up in a young person's mind. It's like, we have a talent show. Everyone's dancing. You know what? I think I'm going to play the drums. It's like, I didn't even know you could play the drums. Wow, amazing. And another person's like, wait a minute, we can do that? I didn't know we can do that. Because everyone's so turning lemons into lemonade. You think talent show, you think black school, you think dancing or stepping. But it's like, nah, I can play the piano if you got that skill. You can do karate if you have that skill. So being creative, I think, is amazing, to say the least. And being able to, and spark that in the youth and see it continue to trickle down, the actual trickle down, not what they tell us is trickle down effect, is something that I take pride in and something that I like to pass on to other educators and also with your queens, speaking to you ladies, we always share ideas and think of new ways to encourage the youth.
You see why I call her the master teacher. You see that. I love how you brought it full circle and even just talking about what our ancestors did. So, of course, it's passed down into our generation. I don't know if you saw me moving because as you're talking, when you were saying about the ABC, I'm in my head. I'm not going to sing the whole song. I'm about to remix. So, you know when they remix the ABCs, like, I'm going to remix it. All you ladies put your crown on like this. Ba-da-bum, bum, my A, my B, my C, and my D. You find different creative ways to do ABCs. So as you're talking,
I know.
But that was a remix. Don't pop. You put your crowns on like this. Miss Ravioli, how are you, Queen? How you doing? How you feeling? We miss you. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you on here. Let us know, what does creativity... Wait, that's not the question. What's the question? What does it mean to be creative? Handy, we love you, Queen. Hope you are doing well. Family is doing good. Thank you for tuning in. We miss you more. We'll see you soon. Yeah. Thank you, Line Sister. My line sister is a real estate agent all the way in Texas. You're thinking about moving to Texas. She's the bomb diggity. Last question. Yeah, you have so many thoughts, Rashina. That was powerful. And your creativity, being creative is amazing. And it channels you to, like you said, the kid doesn't know, yeah, you can do karate. Yeah, you can do dance. Yeah, you can do all these different things as it's in you. Don't limit yourself into that, the lemons. Wow. Queen Nefertiti. What does it mean to be creative?
All right. Man, all these wonderful answers. I'm happy to add to it. So, for me, what it means to be creative, I love it the most as a form of expression because it's so unique to you. And just like Rashina said, that even though everybody's thinking about lemons and lemonade, and you might think that even that, me doing the same thing, won't be unique, but you are already unique because you're you. And even if you do something that's the same thing, it still comes out in a different way because you did it, if that makes sense. Like when people talk about, if the second person who wanted to sell water stopped because they were like, oh, there's already a water bottle out there, I shouldn't do it, then we wouldn't have all these water companies out here, right? So I think it's that, like, to be creative is just to express yourself uniquely because we were designed to. I think it's part of your purpose. It's a way to get to your purpose at times, or maybe I'm just saying that because I'm an artist, so I'm just so ingrained in creativity. Maybe if I was a scientist, my answer would be a little bit different, but I just love it. I love it so much. Creativity is life for me. Like, it's just it's like breathing. I don't know. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, no, that's a big word,
Okay.
the expression of it. And again, like when y'all thinking, I have so many thoughts that pop in my head. And I remember back in, that's like showing my age, back in the days when we were in our 20s. Back in the days, you used to show me this creative things you used to do on your phone. So now you have like Canva and all those stuff. Remember? But she used to
Yes.
so many.
I had a whole clothing line, like, and it was like connected with poetry, and I was like doing graphic images.
Before your book, before your son,
Yeah.
you were being creative, and now the world is using all these apps that you were doing over 10 years ago. It was so bomb. So I remember that, and you were being creative. Cassius, hello, ladies. How you doing, Cassius? I hope I said your name right. It feels right, Cassius. Thank you for being here. We are talking creativity. We are your queens, the first ancient African royalty costume character company to teach about African royalty through storytelling, song, and dance. So you can book up to dress up like Makeda, Isis, Nefertiti, Queen Amina, Nana Ya, Queen Cleopatra, and King Tut. We have a beautiful commercial so you can learn, if those who are new, to learn more about your queens. Thank you and enjoy.
Celebrate your birthday, Have your Black History Month celebrations been missing the mark? Want to add a royal touch to your next event? Then you need Your Queens, the first registered African royalty character company depicting the stories of non-fictional African kings and queens. Whether you are planning an intimate gathering or filling up a stadium, Your Queens will evaluate, educate, and express the dynamic lineage of real African men and women through storytelling, song, and dance. You'll have the opportunity to meet dynamic royals such as Queen Cleopatra, Makeda, Queen of Sheba, Queen Nefertiti, Queen Amina, Queen Nzinga, and Queen Nanaya Asantua. Let your queens take your next in-person or virtual occasion to the next level. For more information, visit our website at www.yourqueens.com.
Yes, yes. I love hearing Queen Shannon's voice holding it down. That's a little bit about a lot about Your Queens. Check us out, yourqueens.com. We are here for you. Birthday parties. Black History Month is coming up. Book us now. Book us now. Fill out those days. Don't wait till last minute. Book us now, yourqueens.com. Listen, my beautiful people, I want to jump into the next question. And how has creativity enhanced your life during these times? How has creativity enhanced your life during these times? I would like to go with our mentor, TL Cross. How has creativity enhanced your life during these times?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So when you say these times, I guess I'll just run with it. I guess when you say these times, what's coming in my mind is COVID. I'm thinking about social atmosphere. So I'll just kind of throw it all in the pot. Of course, COVID put me home a lot more, and I guess it made me reflect. It made me reflect, and there's this saying: if you find something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And I've always loved music. I've always loved to create music and that kind of thing. Well, history is a thing that I've always loved, but I've always kept it in-house. It kind of started with me doing a family tree, starting from like years ago. I must have started when I was like 19 or 20 years old. And I loved it because I realized that my personal history is important to me and for me. And then it's going to be important, with me having children in the future. At the time, I'm thinking, just kind of keep it rolling. And then ultimately, I kind of started running into some of our elders in the neighborhood locally, who their stories, as they would leave us physically, so would their stories go. Their stories would go with them too. And I decided that it was time to really start kind of preserving their stories and preserving local history and preserving so many rich, narratives, in so many of our people's lives that's not in any books or anything like that. So this particular era kind of put me in a space where I realized that maybe I can really put this out there. Maybe people are interested in history, if told a certain kind of way. Maybe it is important to other people and not just to me, as far as my interests. So I was like, while everybody's home, and while everybody has some time, here's some information. And I tried to put it in a way that may be entertaining, that may be cool, and that may be fun to be a part of. And it worked. It really, really worked. And I think that what it did was it made me broaden my horizons. It allowed me to say no more often. And that sounds negative, but no, it's positive. The ability to say no, because everything is a choice. And sometimes, we get in the rat race of just doing things because we feel like we have to. But once you get to the point where you can say, I'm doing this, I'm not doing this, I'm doing this, I'm not doing that, I think that this period of time made me a little more focused on what it is that I do want to do, what I do not want to do, what I will say yes to, what I will say no to. And as far as creativity, I mean, when you think of like, let's say, people who do like a Mozart or Beethoven, or if you go into Africa and you have all of our great, composers there, what you will find is that even, composers in jazz and in blues and in gospel and those types of genres, you'll find like these amazing songs. You'll find like these songs, some of them be long. Isaac Hayes has a song that's 17 minutes long. And you like, who has the time to sit there and write a 17-minute song? But they did, they had the time. And at this point, once COVID came, I too had the time. I had the time to do something, to actually put more detail into it, really think about it, really research, speak to people, do all types of things that I felt like I didn't have the time to do before. I really did. But this gave me the opportunity to sit back and say, you know what? Take your time, do these things, be detail oriented, put it out there. Even if people miss the details, do it though. Do it. And I think that I was able to tap into my creativity a little differently than I did in the past, with everything being back to back, phone calls coming in, gotta be here, gotta be there, be here, be there. And now it's become like, actually, I'm going there, I'm not going there, I'm going there, I'm not going there. And it kind of, allowed me to hit the reset button. And creativity is always at the helm of what I do, because that's how I grew up. Father being a musician, my mother being an educator. And Rashina made a great point. When you're an educator, you must be creative. I have a 4-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son. You have to find creative ways to get your point to them, because they may not understand the word or the concept, but you have to break it down to something a little more creative, maybe by using a story or, just some type of illustration. So creativity is always right there. And I love it. I love waking up every day to find a new way to be creative, to get from point A to point B, to actually do what it is that I feel I want to do, that I need to do. And I love that.
That's powerful. You made it. Creativity is all around us. Creative expression. If anyone, that is powerful. We have to preserve and share our history. Yes, line sister, so true. And if anybody, even if people miss yeah, right? I caught that. Even if people miss the details. Yeah, detail oriented. It's true. Boss, he was rapping. Y'all, for real, check out TL Cross on his Instagram. He goes live often on Sundays. It's called Wow TL Cross, and he's able to just link history, especially on hip hop and R&B, and just the culture of who we are as a people. And he makes connections from all your favorite artists to where they live, their family, and while you're listening to this music and where it comes from. It's powerful. Go on his page, cast a replay. You're going to say, wow. Why he calls it Wild TL Cross. And I'm happy that this time, so a lot of times, unfortunately, we've lost a lot of family and friends. Fortunately, we've had the time to sit home and be creative as well. Queen Rashina, would you like to go next? How has creativity enhanced your life during these times? Thank you, brother.
Well, I'll start with teaching, because we had to go remote. And at the time, I was teaching preschool, 3 and 4-year-olds. Remote 3 and 4-year-olds, it's not happening. You staring at a screen, all you seen is little kids running by because no one's sitting down. So in the beginning, it was such a struggle, and I was just sticking to the plan. Like, look, they said we gotta do it. Then I started to get creative, and I was more entertaining. It didn't seem like I'm sitting down to go to class. It was I'm sitting down to see a show. I'm sitting down to see a play. So I use a lot of puppets, music, dancing, and I also gave them the mic, gave the children the mic. I would open up, hey everyone, thanks for sitting down, Marvelous Monday. Oh my gosh, if it's Marvelous Monday, that means yesterday was Super Sunday. What did you do, Charles, on Super Sunday? And then it's like, they share, they love to share. All eyes are on them, and I'm just taking what they're saying and flipping it into the curriculum, even if it didn't make sense. They're like, oh, I ate spaghetti. And I'm like, oh, wow, you ate spaghetti? Just like the alphabet. Making them feel so a part of the lesson, like literally like, oh my gosh, she turned my dinner into the lesson, And that definitely enhanced the creativity definitely enhanced my job, my actual 9 to 5 at the time, because it was a struggle and I didn't feel like I was fulfilling my purpose because I love to educate and I love to teach and I just felt empty. And there were days I'll just be like, oh my God, like, yeah, yeah, okay, sure. All right, fine. Okay, next. And I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like to feel empty. I don't like to waste time and I don't like to waste other people's time. I don't care if you're 3-year old, 4. I don't want to waste your time. So once I got tapped into my creativity and jumped over those barriers and jumped over those like, oh God, this is too much. They're not listening. What's the point? It 1000% enhanced teaching. And then outside of my 9 to 5, I'll say with your queens, we were nervous. We are a live action in your face, come give me a hug, I love you, I'm a reflection of you type of organization. We're all about the personal touch. Like we are literally always hugging strangers, always crying with strangers. And it's like, how do you do that in the dead middle of COVID? And we started doing our virtual shows. Again, like I went first and I was super nervous. I was like, why did she put me first on the schedule? And I was like in the front of my room because I have a dog that's loud and I'm just, it's not gonna work. Ah! But I got creative and it worked out very well. And even my friends who couldn't watch live, they watched the replay and was like, yo, that was really dope. Like, I'm glad y'all doing that. And my cousin watched it and my little sister and stuff like that. And again, it felt like we were fulfilling our purpose. We were taking what we got and turning it into something spectacular. Um, and I also feel I agree with T.L. Cross. Like he was spitting. I had time to sit down and reflect on who I am as a person. What do I want around me in my immediate environment, and how can I make it better if I'm not satisfied? So I ended up quitting my preschool job during the pandemic. Had nothing to do with the children. I loved them to death, but it was just the environment was not for me. And I was super nervous. I kept talking about it. Like every York Queens meeting, I kept like, bringing it up. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just do it. So I just did it. And using my creativity, I put myself out there and I ended up gaining another side job with Potluck Crew and being their New York event manager and hosting safe events with them monthly was another opportunity to just tap into my creativity. I feel bad. Give me a PSR test right now. Like, what's going on? Like, I always feel bad being that person to another adult. But we have to be safe. So I found creative ways to do it, like stuff like secret location. You get the location when you send me your COVID test, like just things like that to make it seem like make it seamless. It's not people. Human beings don't like to feel shackled, right? And people are like, I'm not getting the vaccine, and I totally don't mind that. I'm not pumping the vaccine at all. I am vaccinated, but I don't really care if you get it or not because, in my opinion, it's your body, and it doesn't stop you from spreading it. So why are we going so hard? But so I know how people feel about that conversation, but I also know that we have to be safe. So it's like I don't want to feel like I'm the government coming down on you. So let me get creative. Let me figure out how it can get you to understand that it's just safety. It's just safety. I'm not trying to violate you as a person or your opinions. It's literally just safety. We just want to know, do you have it or not? The answer is not. Here's the address. Come turn up. Keep your mask on. So it forced me to kind of get in my creative teacher bag for adults, and I kind of shocked myself and I was proud of myself that I was able to take that pressure off of myself and the people who were, supporting us. And then in my personal life, how I got creative, like I live with my boyfriend Jordan, and it's like he was working from home. I was back and forth because schools were open, then they weren't, blah blah blah. But it's like we were seeing each other 48 hours a day, and I was like, oh my god, why do I have to keep seeing you? Because he works from home, we right here all day every day. So we started to get creative with each other in the home. Like we started making up escape rooms and stuff like that. Like just fun things to make the day seem like we left and went on a date or something and then came back. Just things to not feel like we're sitting in a bed watching movies and the hours are gone by because then you just get bored with each other and just like annoyed for no reason. So we got creative. All types of games we were playing. We're like, oh, I saw this on YouTube. I'm about to try it out. We started making up recipes and testing out each other's food. Like, one thing that cracks me up, he made burgers, but the bread, he made confetti sprinkled pancakes for the bread of the burger. And I will never forget that day because he was so excited about it. But us being creative led to that excitement. You know, we didn't just sit around and be like, "Oh my God, I'm annoyed. Like, I just need space. I'm gonna go sit in the living room for a couple hours." We made the best of our time together and learned how to tap into outside of our creative boxes because we're both naturally creative, but we learned to kind of like we went overboard with the creativity, but it was fun. It was fun. And it helped us grow as adults, as in our partnership and things of that nature. So that was dope. And then the last thing I want to say, not to talk too long, is again TL Cross. I learned how to say no. You know, I learned how to. I really would love to help you because it's for the youth, but I just don't have the time. And I'm not going to overwork myself. And I'm not going to feel bad that I'm telling you no. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say not right now, maybe in the future. It's okay. So I took a step back from, oh my gosh, you need help? Okay, I'll do it. Don't worry. And I would really bend over backwards and spread myself too thin. But I learned to just, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to chill. I'm going to chill. I'm going to get this sleep real quick and, see where it goes from there. So creativity definitely helped me enhance my life since the whole pandemic started.
Wow, Rashina, everything, the growth, the change, the vibrancy, and shout out to King Jordan for supporting you. He holds you down, and it's such a blessing to see. You shared so much gems. Wow. Just from going back with pivoting, like you said, the 3-4-year-olds, they're not sitting there. So puppet, what I gotta do? You ate spaghetti, yes, S. The rest you're saying that, yeah, and the marvelous Monday, super. We make it happen, but it just shows coming back from our ancestors, trending down. Like, okay, we are in this space. This is what we need to do, and thank God, and that we didn't. And it may be. I'm almost in tears thinking about your queens. Hi, YV Media, we love you. God, queens. Thank you. We did so much during these times. My gosh. And thank you for saying yes to me. Also, thank you for saying no to me as well. Even like something with your queens that I'm learning. I'm being very transparent as y'all live with us, that I'm learning that we do with each other. We know each other's boundaries. We communicate well. We know how to say yes, no, and I want us to do more of that. Because a lot of times we think about boundaries and certain things. The best people you do that with is your family and people you work with. Those, and you don't take anything personal. Have learned to say no as well during these times, and it's so liberating. Like I had to cancel gigs because I'm like, my mind is tunnel vision on Kwanzaa. I'm not taking no gigs this month if it doesn't fit in there in my schedule. So that's so beautiful. Wow. We did so much, and I reflect on it. If I was able to put together like a mini, we can have a whole documentary just what we did during COVID, literally, and it would be amazing. And I thank you, queens, for holding me down. It means the world. DJ Overlord, I'm getting emotional. Okay, when all these seasons of Behind the Crown are sold to Netflix, I'm definitely gonna support and watch them again. You're the bomb. Listen, this dude right here pours into me. I appreciate you, brother. Each episode have so many jewels of knowledge. I'm buying the DVD set. We gonna hold you to that. You're gonna be on the soundtrack, brother. Miss Ravioli, creativity, filling an empty space with your unique newness, paper, ink, room installation, decor, mind, ideas. Yeah, musical instruments, sound frequencies, vibrations, etc. Yeah, all of that. Cassius, creativity, the ability to utilize one mind to transcend past, perceive mental dimensional walls, to bring forth an altered reality, i.e., mental or physical. We got all of that. All of that. Tape it. Take it. Peace. Lord Val, 1993, how you doing? We thank you for the love. We are your queens. We are talking creativity, the 6th Kwanzaa principle, Koumba, creativity. And we're saying, how has creativity enhanced your life during these times? TL Cross shared being creative, being a historian. He got to tap in more and share with his people. Rashina talked about she switched jobs. She was able to say no and come into as she continued to grow and evolve as a master teacher, and then coming together with her partner and finding different ways to be creative at home, whether it's cooking, laughing at each other, doing an escape room, going on dates. These are all different things. I'm going to have Queen Aisha jump on next? Talk to the people.
I just want to say I'm really inspired, and I know like Nefertiti is also about to drop some gems on like her journey, but it's just so beautiful to hear how y'all turned lemons into a house. I'm really quoting that, Rashina. That was like perfect. But especially Rashina, like you talking about your path, like I really was just like, woo, like I also did the most and a half during this time. The pandemic was definitely a rough time, but I'm so what's the word I'm looking for? I practice so much gratitude around like what I've been able to accomplish during this time, and like really persevere through it all. Just so many things and things that are as so many kind of focuses in my life have like kind of like transitioned in such beautiful ways during this time. So one, like also my career, I was like trying to switch careers, and I was looking into different things, and I was like, what can I do that's COVID proof? Like what kind of job can I have that will never be impacted properly? You know what I mean? So I was trying new things that didn't make sense. And, you know, people around me, like my partner was like, I don't see it, but I believe in you. So I want to see you try this. And I did try. And then I was just like, no, I'm not really drawn to that. And so I was definitely doing a lot of figuring out, like feeling that like what I wanted to do creatively was not something I could feel like accessible to do because of the time that I had to commit to those. So trying to finagle things around. So I did also end up getting a new job during the pandemic as well. And like, you know, sometimes like you got to keep it real. Like money was a big factor for me. Feeling like I couldn't do the projects that I wanted to do because I didn't have like the money and the time to like pour into them. And so I was able to move some stuff around and make a lot of things work. And so like with like another thing that's really important to me is just like my work around just of like seeking justice, specifically for like Black people. I'm always here for Black folks. I'm always figuring out how do I want to leave my mark on this world, and it's whatever it is going to be. It's like empowering my community through any means. And so during the pandemic, I got involved with to like food distribution, like, you know, delivering meals during the pandemic to people who are immunocompromised or elderly, like those types of work, or just people who just like needed food, right, and didn't have access to it or didn't have money or whatever. And so one of the places that I was volunteering at, they got a huge donation from Burlington Coat Factory of clothing, and they were trying to figure out what they wanted to do. And I was just happened to be there one day. And I was like, oh, what's going on with these clothes? What y'all doing with this? And they were like, we're trying to figure it out. We're thinking about having maybe doing a little bit of a store around it. I was like, okay, that's cool. And they're like, well, if you're interested, you know, we're having a meeting like right now, like in 10 minutes. And I was like, cool. Rolled up to the meeting. Thought I was just going to be a regular volunteer. Ended up being the co-founder of a whole mutual aid project with these clothing. And it really just started there, being there and being like, I just want to participate. So fast forward, that being there landed me into co-founding of this project called Freedom Boutique. And we are a mutual aid project. Essentially, it's not charity, which is like something I want to make an important distinction. Mutual aid is about working together. We are uplifting each other to get the things that we need. And so Freedom Boutique specifically is around building community solidarity through us. The exchange is like we provide material needs. And we also work towards promoting food sovereignty. So a lot of times as part of the work that we're doing, we offer like bags of groceries or hot meals during that time. And there's also political education. So that's the exchange and the community solidarity is making sure that folks know about their how to be part of a political process, how to keep each other safe outside of systems, how to also participate in mutual aid, which was like what our last project was. We did a coat drive December 4th. I'm sorry, time is weird. And it was all about like, we talked about like mutual aid and how we can all be participating in that. And so with Freedom Boutique, like, as I mentioned earlier, I'm really interested in fashion. And so for me, like, I was feeling like very like, oh, thank you so much for posting. Yeah, the Freedom Boutique link is right there if y'all want to check it out. It's at Freedom Boutique NYC. Thank you so much. That was so perfect and on time for Instagram if you want to learn more. We're actually doing a coat drive. We're doing a pop-up coat drive tomorrow in Brownsville. But for me, it was like, how do I have a creative outlet, which is fashion. How do I make that, it really was like, this is a problem. Like the pandemic ravaged so many people's like regular lives. Having access, like unemployment was at an all-time high, you know, getting access to needs was really hard. And so like taking that opportunity and saying like, and I also love fashion and like, this is how this is going to like work in this particular way. And so, you know, we're able to do food and we're clothing, and then through donations also provide food and like continuing to like make things accessible and available to people. And so for me, like you can always like people provide food and clothes all the time, but what makes Freedom Boutique different is that our like the way we move is to make people feel special. We usually try to do like decorations around the space. This is not like a basement where people are giving out things that don't look good, don't taste good. This is all about giving our community the best that it deserves, because I believe that we deserve the best. And so that's one thing that I've been super happy to tap into during this time. It was honestly supposed to be just a short-term project. We started in August. We started in July, but our intention was to just move for August, which is, if folks are not familiar with Black August, it's a month of dedicated to like liberation, like Black liberation. And so we were supposed to just do August 2020, Black August. And then, you know, we got really great feedback for folks that were in the community, and they were like, we want to see this, we want to be involved, da, da, da. And so it just ended up being a thing that we've been doing for like a year and change now. And I'm just so blessed to have been able to do that. And hopefully it continues to do all the things that we want to do. Like we have a lot of goals and dreams around what it can turn into, but I'm so happy to have had like just be in presence in space, just wanting to do what I think we deserve for each other. I believe it's our duty as people to uplift each other as Black people, and just being in that space at the right time, you know, and have it turn to something that was like beyond what I thought I had the capacity to do at that time, and I'm somehow still doing it. So thank you for listening to that long journey.
Bravo. That was a beautiful journey. It's all positive.
Not the clap.
That's what you a powerful Black woman. You better. Y'all saw that Freedom Boutique NYC.
Thank you. Everything given is always free. Free.
And I love the intention. You're like, look, we're not Timmy. Hi, Timmy. We miss you more. That's one of our queens, our goddess Isis. She is out doing the healing work out now in Peru. We love you. Thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well, feeling good. We miss you. Thank you, YV Media. We all definitely miss y'all. Looking forward to season 4. By God's grace. Again, we are your queens. We teach about African royalty through storytelling, song, and dance. Behind the crown, you get to meet the people behind the crown. We started this last year during the pandemic, and we are on season 3, our last episode. So how can you support your queens? By donating. We are a nonprofit. In order to keep this show going on, you can donate. Use our Cash App at Your Queens as well. Go to yourqueens.com. Your donation continues to have programs like this where we have these very authentic, life-changing, literally, something else I wanted to shout out with Aisha too, if you're okay with that. I know you didn't see it. Well, you might have seen it. You did a billboard this year as well. Did that come to mind last year? That was gonna manifest?
When I say like this year, like truly silver lining, I'm like, I thought I was going to die, and then all my dreams are coming true. Like I still can't even think about how real that is. Yeah, I didn't talk about that enough, but like also like my modeling game really stepped up. Like I've been able to participate in a lot of campaigns recently, and in God's will, inshallah, it will continue to be a thing that I'm able to do.
No, thank you. The part that other day, I'm like, girl, more is coming. I could see it. I'm very into more is coming. Get ready, honey. It's coming. More is coming. So much stuff. I mean, it's something I wanted to share earlier, and I want to jump to Neffy for you to jump in. But I know I say thank you to y'all all the time because I truly mean it. Because during these times, I'll be very honest. I was talking to Neffy. I got knocked down a number of times this year. Really, I know how I was gonna make it. So affirmations, when I do it, is not only it's for myself. I was knocked down a few times this year, but I'm here, not giving up, no matter what, because we come from royalty. We know a God that has us. We stand on the shoulders of our ancestors that will not let us fall. So no matter what, I'm here, strong, making it. Shout out to people who were there to pray for me and lift me up. So when I say thank you, because you helped save my life in so many ways that you weren't aware of. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. Nefertiti, you're up next. How has creativity enhanced your life during these times?
First of all, you're not about to just cry and then pass it to me like I don't got tears in my eyes now. Like, what are we doing? Let me just get my thoughts together. First of all, I appreciate you and thank you for all you do and for your creativity. This is the result of a thought that you had, the community had, you guys got together and it came to fruition. Like, we are all here under your queens, like, homie. You founded this. Thank you. Thank you for being who you are, all that you are, in every single way, every single day. I know what you've gone through. And to piggyback, we have both taken hits, right? This year. I've taken hits myself as well. And what I was going to say in answering the question, creativity has enhanced this time by creativity can help you when you take those hits. Creativity is a form of therapy, like music. Oh my God, TL, I know you know. Music can heal you. It can change your mood. You know, you put on some gospel and you're with God. Like, I love it when I feel like I hear angels underneath the track in the instruments. You know, I'm like, oh, I feel it, you know. And so creativity, when you're down and when you're having a rough year, like you shared and I've had and we've all gone through so many things. Creativity really can help heal that. And that's what's helped enhance me during this time as well. I've shared on previous episodes, because we have multiple episodes, that this has definitely been a transformative year for myself as well. Like, I feel like I'm a freaking phoenix from the flames and the fires that I was scourged through this year. And it is painful, but it makes you stronger. But then you think about that and you reflect, and then you can write a poem, you know, to help you get through, or you can, like I said, listen to music to help you get through. And so for me, on the journey of healing as well, creativity has enhanced that. Because it just helps you get your thoughts out, and it helps you also know that you're not alone. You know, that other people have felt this way before and sometimes when you can't even put to words how you're feeling, you read, even that's why memes hit, because we relate to it, you know, it resonates, you know. So you see a quote, you see an affirmation, you hear a song, you feel a melody, you know, hear it and feel it, right? And so I think that creativity can enhance healing, and that's what a lot of people have. Oh, hey, Sean, what up? Why am I shouting? Sorry, guys. I feel like creativity can definitely enhance healing, and this was 100% a year of healing that we all can relate to. So that has helped me with my healing journey. But then also creatively as a mom too, and as an author, you know, not even trying to, just getting more comfortable in, like, you know, when God gives you an assignment, we all had these assignments, and you're like, you know what you got to do, and it's like, but some parts of it, yes, get uncomfortable because you're like, and I've also expressed before that, like, one of my favorite quotes is that our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate, but our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. right? And so sometimes the fear of being great can stop you. And it's like, well, you know what you got to do. And it's like, yeah, I know what I got to do. So why are you afraid of it? Because over there is greatness. It's like, yeah, it's not pain, it's greatness, but it's so great. How can I, you know what I mean? And so, but creativity is your assignments at times. And so this year has also been a testament to just affirming and believing in your assignment in all the creative ways that it comes and the creative ways that you can fulfill that assignment. And for me, I love being a storyteller as a performer and within your queens, and also as a writer. And so with my book, right? This year with everyone, well, the previous year when the pandemic hit and everything went remote, I decided to create a homeschooling kind of guide to go along with my book to help out parents, because a lot of my mom friends was just feeling similarly, just stressed. And we have all this pressure too as parents sometimes from the structure of school and being excellent, and you want your kid to be excellent, and you don't even realize sometimes that as a parent you can be in that mindset of pressure of we got to get this assignment on time and this and the third, and the world was like upside down. And when that first hit, it was like, okay, bedtime. We're going to go to sleep when we go to sleep so that we wake up happy. Like, I'm not going to yell at you to go to sleep, you know, because I'm stressed and we don't like it. So I say all this to say that it caused me to even look at parenting and giving myself that grace as a parent. And then I wanted to, and then, so, I mean, God is dope because when you get inspiration, he just floods you. And then when something hits you, it floods you so much that you just got to pour it out. So it's like, so it's coming in and I'm like, ooh, I'm writing things down and I'm like, I should share this. And so, and then I created this activity packet and lesson plan, and it also has different sections for like big kids, little kids, and a parent corner to check in with the parents too, just so that you know you guys can just read a book together, you know, and it's not just stress during this time. And so I use creativity in that way just as a skill for me as a parent to get a new way to connect and vibe in with my son. And we have our little heart to hearts and we just sit in the sunlight together because we need some vitamin D and just talk about how you doing, you know. And it's like passing that along to my mom friends, like, hey, you guys do this. And then the reason why I did it as well, aside from it being God, it's also the book was God. The book is called Heart of a Dream, and it's to encourage people to never give up on their dreams. And so I hear you guys, and I'm going to tell them about it. And so I'm going to be bold and continue to tell you guys about it because that's exactly what the book is about. It's to encourage people to never give up on their dreams, no matter what. And I was actually inspired to write it originally for a lot of my actor friends. There's so many talented people, but of course, when money comes up in finances, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do to live. And then a lot of dreams sometimes just go to the wayside. And I wanted to inspire my friends, don't you ever give up. Like, don't you ever give up. And then it came out in the style of writing that I wrote it in. It was kind of like a fable where the main character, her name is a dream, and then she travels to Earth and meets this guy, and his name is Life, and then it's all connected. And his best friend is Victory, but then he goes through confrontations with doubt and hardship because they're bullies and stuff like that. And so I wrote it in a way that it's easy to access for younger kids, but I hope that it's something that when a parent reads to their child, or something like Harry Potter, that it still resonates with all of us, you know, because at the end of the day, it's a story about just don't give up on your dreams. So I say all that to say that moments like that and what we're going through now, creativity just helps you get through it. For me, it's also been that light of hope, you know, it's that vision of what life can be. You know, it might be a little dark around us now with everything that we're going through, but you can create a better idea, and you know, with your imagination, that's faith right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, creativity is pretty much an expression of faith in a way, you know, or like utilizing it, and in some way it's connected, you know. So that's how it's enhanced. It's helped me during this time on so many levels.
Yeah, I was completely drawn to everything you were saying. It's so powerful. We have her book down there, Heart of a Dream. You can catch it on rightthroughme.bigcartel.com. She's also going to be selling her books in person at our Kwanzaa celebration on December 26th, which is not this Sunday, the following Sunday. We're streaming live in person. We are asking for rapid tests because to keep everyone safe, and also virtual as well. So you can purchase her book. She's going to talk about it virtually as well, celebrating Kwanzaa on December 26th. Neffy, wow, I see you. Line sister Melaine Rochford, that's my line sister. She's an amazing pastor and also an author of several books. Check her out. We text each other the other day. We're giving each other prospects. We're learning. She texted me this morning to say, if okay, I'll blow you up a little bit. Tell me that she said no. She's world travel. She's traveled from everywhere to Paris to Israel, and she was able to say no. And so I'm so proud of you for saying no, line sister. DJ Overlord, I saw a comment. Thank you to the panel. I appreciate you all for sharing your personal experiences in creativity. Yeah. Yeah, I feel royally fulfilled. I know, me too. The love and greatness on this full display tonight. I love you all. DJ Overlord is that guy that you got to have in every panel. I love you. I RANT, your queens has been a big, big blessing to I RANT. Oh my God. Listen, y'all trying to get me. I'm a thug. Okay, craw. The Ranters Union is in this. The Ranters Union in this time. Yeah. Oh, we thank you. Logic. You already know. It's 20 years. But something you said about being creative. I'm trying to be a thug. Creative brought healing, and like you're that phoenix now. So sometimes we don't realize that we have to go, we've talked about this, to go through stuff, and it may be painful. And you're like, why, God? But I put you through this. Something I recently read with Osa the other day, when you think about the fruits of the spirit, love, peace, joy, long suffering. We don't like that part, right? We don't like that part, but it's for a reason. Sometimes I read this thing today, even like we're doing your queens. Now, some people have come in and out, and I think is you see something like, this is such a great idea, but why y'all ain't blow up yet? I don't worry about that. What are you doing to help us support? I see Rashina's face. She hates that as well. Like, why? So it's my thing is share us, show us, but we're doing it in God's timing. And God's timing is the perfect time. So a quote I saw, even if you suffer for what is right, you are blessed. The benefits of suffering will teach you how to heal yourself. And that's where the Phoenix comes in, because you went through all of that. And your queens is here. We're going to continue to grow and share. And the life changing that we've been able to do during these times, that is only going to grow. For those, and it's okay to have critics. That's only going to make you stronger, but you don't give up on your queens, your goals and dreams, or whatever it is, to continue to grow. When you shared about being creativity and healing, it makes me think about a lot of times, like, maybe it's me, and yeah, I'm still struggling with this. When people say thank you, Eki, I don't think it's me. I think it's God. That's just how I see things. It's not me. Because Eki, I'm straight chilling. Eki's chilling. Because I even think about the times when COVID first started. Remember, I was making masks. I was making handmade. I don't know what. Like, think about it now. I'm like, yo, Eki, I'm a little crazy in a good way. But I was making handmade masks. How is that? Everyone was making masks. Everyone was making masks. But I didn't say I'm not going to do it, because you think about when you go to the bread aisle, there's so many different type of breads, but you find the one that works for you. So I'm like, how do I differentiate and make mine? Yeah, right? Make my mask different from others. I'm a healer. Eki's famous healing mask. Oh my God. It went like hotcakes. Y'all, I made over 200 masks, handmade. Over 200. And I did put a price to it. I told the donations too. But because they knew people who worked and supported Eki's famous in the past, you know you're getting quality work. Don't you ever give up. No, queen. Thank you. People were paying $5 all the way up to $50 for a pair of masks. Over 200. So when I think about that now, like, whoa, that was a labor of creativity, love, that just to put it out there. So thank you for bringing that full
But oh my God, can I please say something about that? I was like jumping. Because it's you. Like, yes, because if anybody knows you, Eki, like, I would rather your mask than a mask manufacturer, because I know it's blessed. Like, you understand? Like, I know God works through you. And then, yes, the love comes and supports. And then also, it's not just being creative for fun. There was a need for it, like we all have shared and talked about, as with survival. And it's like it's a solution. And it's like, You see your people in need. You said, I got you. I'm going to make you these masks and I bless it. And it's like, I'm sorry. I'm excited now just thinking about it, and that's what creativity does and is. And it's so necessary. So thank you for always being creative, because it's not just like frills and fun. It's necessary.
Thank you for bringing that full circle.
I love
Can
you.
I add real quickly to that?
Yes,
Because I was
please.
saying this in the chat to y'all. But like literally, like when I think about your queens, I know you say Eki is not you, it's the visions from God. I feel that 100%. And I just want to say, like, your queens came out of necessity too. And thinking about like how all of this is part of survival, it's creative and it's beautiful and it gives people so much joy and hope. But also we need this. And like in my personal experience, I feel like this was a life-saving experience getting to participate in your queens. And I know that so many people have been impacted by us in that way. And it's all through your visions through God. So thank you for sharing that with us. That's the purpose of creativity, is being able how the things that we all do get to like just better our lives. Like that's essentially what we're all doing. Rashina, through your work, Nefertiti, through your work, TL, through their knowledge sharing and dropping in music. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that is what this is. And I'm just so blessed to like be on this panel with so many talented people, but like I get to connect with you all on the regular. Like this is great. And TL, I'm about to follow you, so we about to connect too. But I'm just like, this is so great. And also like I also love the opportunity to do this because it's like we get to talk to each other, but like to hear how we're able to share in this way, like we're sharing for other people, but I'm also like, oh yeah, she did do the math. Oh, like, yes, that book. And like learning the purpose, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm just so blessed to know you all. So I just want to say thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you, Aisha. Appreciate you. Oh, wow. Do you want to share, TL?
Oh, you know what? Actually, I wanted to say something about my shirt. So I am wearing this shirt right here. This is Aretha Franklin, and I just wanted to. I thought it would be appropriate to wear the Queen of Soul, and here with your queens, add another queen, because I can't be a queen, but I could definitely throw this on, and with the red, black, and green, you can't be mad at that. And I just wanted to kind of throw out there that Aretha Franklin was a genius. And you don't hear that, they must have heard me, because I had been saying for years that for our women that are writers, musicians, singers, composers, producers, you would rarely hear the word genius with women. They would always say diva. They would never say genius. They would reserve it for, geniuses like Stevie Wonder, who's an absolute genius, and Prince is a genius, and Michael Jackson's a genius, and Duke Ellington, and but then what about our women, who are musical geniuses, and Aretha Franklin was one of many musical geniuses, who were like y'all, a queen, and I just thought I'd throw on this Queen of Soul. So I just wanted to talk about it, because you can't see it. You just see the top of her head. So I'm like, let me just, get up for a second, throw this up so y'all can see. That's all. I just want to say that.
That was so necessary, King. And we need you, King, as well. Yes, but thank you. Aretha Franklin was powerful. Just gifted. Her gift came straight from God. My gosh. Thank you for sharing it. That was so necessary.
TL, you want to tell us where you got that shirt from now? I thought that's where we were going.
Okay. Well, you know what? Here's what I'll do, because I promise you, I'm not withholding information. I don't remember, but I did order it online, and what I would have to do is go in my email and look at the receipt to see which, because I'm
gonna remind you. I got you, Aisha.
Yes, like if you go to my page, what you see is I'm a total collector of shirts. I love shirts, and I have in the past 2 years, I have purchased so many shirts until it's not even funny. And I get them from different vendors and stuff. But what I rarely do is I rarely buy a shirt. I rarely go to a place physically, see a shirt and buy it. It's very rare, because usually when I go places, the stuff is kind of generic. But I'll set out to look for stuff. And I remember I said, I want a shirt with Aretha Franklin on it. That's what I want. And this is before the movies and all of that stuff.
Wow.
I want a shirt with Aretha Franklin on it. And I was looking and looking and looking. Listen, as far as our women, I got Aretha, I got Ida B. Wells, I have Nina Simone, I I have Angela Davis. I have Asada Shakur. I have Billie Holiday. I have Ella Fitzgerald.
Let's go.
I have Tia Horn. I mean, listen, list goes on. List goes on. I love a good shirt, and so I'll think of somebody, and I say, I need that person on a shirt. I've never seen them on a shirt before. I've never seen like Paul Lawrence Dunbar on a shirt. I want him on a shirt. I want Benjamin Banneker on a shirt. So, I have listen. I got my Toni Morrison, my favorite author. I got my Toni Morrison. I have my Maya Angelou.
Woo!
But I don't remember. But I got you. I'm gonna go in my email because I've had this shirt for about a year and a half. So I'm gonna go in my email, see who I got it from, and I'll let you know.
That.
Yeah, I got
Thank you for sharing that. That was good. Rashina, did you want to share something?
I was adding on to when we do things out of love, things that we just feel moved to do, we don't realize how impactful it is because we didn't set out for that. We just see a need and we know we have the talent to fulfill that need. And then it's like months in and you're like, oh wow, that was dope. Like what you said about your mask. I remember you gave me one, it was reversible and I kept trying to pay you for it. Cause I saw you, I was in your room and I saw the little sewing machine, everything and my mom sewed. So I know it's hard work. It's not easy. So I'm like, girl, let me give you something for this mask. You're like, no, just take it. I'm like, it's reversible. Like this mask is fire. Like, you sure you don't want no money for this mask? Like, no, it's fine. And that was like your first batch of masks. And then let's say like 3 weeks later, the talk of the mask came up again, and you were just like, do you know that this person said they wanted one, and that person said, and you didn't even realize how you were fulfilling a need and how necessary it was for you to do that because you did it out of love. Like it was genuine love from your heart. And the same thing with Nefertiti. She's speaking about her book, and she didn't set to write that book, for profit or like, that really was out of love. She felt the need to fix something between her son, and help her mom friends, her actor friends, and she really did that out of the love. And now it's a book. And Aisha, she literally talking about as a child dressing up and doing all these creative things, and now she's a grown woman getting paid to do those things. And what T.L. Cross, like he just like I started following him a while ago from your queens, and to hear him speak about like his history and things like that, it's like it was something that he loved to do, and he is giving that to the world. It's a gift that he's giving to the world. Like we're all putting our gifts on display for the world and not realizing how impactful it is. There are people that are listening, there are people that are watching, there are lives that we are literally changing, and it's just for the love. I think that's one of the most amazing things that our people do. That's like we do a lot for the love, we do. We know life can be a struggle for us. We know life can be hard for us. And we see that need and it's like, yo, like I could definitely fix that problem in 2 seconds. And I actually love doing that. So let me just go do it. Like, why not? And then it just goes on and on and on. And you're building a community, you're building unity amongst us between the giver and the taker. And that taker becomes a giver and that giver becomes a taker. And the lines are blurred because we're really just here for the love. Like literally, we are here for the love. We're not on this panel because like, oh dang, we gotta go to work. Your queen's behind the crown panel. Oh God, YZ and oh God, I rant. We're not doing that. We're really here for the love. And look how many people we're impacted. So when I sit on these panels, and I know sometimes I get busy and I catch it late or I catch the replay, I'm always in awe of these women that I've literally been working with for years. You would think I just met them, but I'm always in awe. And I tell my friends all the time, like, I'm literally a groupie for you. Like, I repost Aisha and she's like, what? Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm like, girl, I'm like a groupie. Like, I love what y'all do. Like, I saw when Nefertiti was like casually talking about, yeah, this little SpongeBob film. I was like, girl, what? And I watched it and I'm just like, girl, this is mad funny. Like, why are you not talking about this every single day of your life? Like, like we do some dope stuff, and I just want us to continue to live in love and to live in light and continue to be on this path. We've been doing it for years. Why change it now? And, to that comment, we already blew up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need somebody else to define us, Kuji Jakalia. We define ourselves and we create for ourselves and we name ourselves, and we also speak for ourselves. Like we don't need that. Thanks, but no thanks. But I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh gosh, I love you guys. I love y'all so much. Wow. No, she's so right. I'm a fan of each and every one of us. Each and every one of you. We see something, we share it, we support. It's genuine, it's real. That was a beautiful wrap up. Rashina, we have one more question, but I'm going to go into the affirmation just because I really want to respect our time. We're going on 7:30, and I want us to get dinner and all those things. My heart is full. Every single episode has been impactful. Every single episode. And you guys just giving your time and energy and just saying, logic saying, yo, jump on this. Okay, sure. What we gonna do? Kwanzaa principles. Let's break it down. Unity, love, self-determination. We are here. Thank you to our family and friends who tune in with us every 2 weeks. We'll be back next year. This is our final episode. But again, we got more. Book Your Queens. We're here for you. YourQueens.com. And again, on December 26th, you already know it's Kwanzaa. You get to see us in person. Come through. Make sure you RSVP. Very important. So I know the numbers that we have in. Again, we're just asking for a rapid test. If you need to know, Eki, where that is, go on the website and you'll see all that information, where you go to get your rapid test and different things like that, where you go to donate. We're accepting donation. Also for our rites of passage, they're crossing over in February, and also our mentorship program with our mentor who's on here with TL Cross. TL, I forgot to tell you that Nefertiti, her son, I did tell you, that's Nefi, her son Stan is joining in next month. If you want to learn more about that, yourqueens.com for our rites of passage mentorship program. Queens and King, one word affirmation. If you can, let me know one word affirmation. Who would like to go first? I don't have my word yet. What one word sat with you during this whole conversation?
I'll go.
Go, Rashina.
I am present.
Present. Yes. Present. That's a good word. I'll go. Powerful is yelling at me. I am powerful. TL, shout out to the Rites of Passage program. Hey, Osa. Shout out to my queen mother, Marilyn, and Mercedes Asimota. Shout out my mom. Mommy, you're amazing. I know you're on here listening. You are amazing. She always tells me, I don't know how to comment. I know she wants, so we're going to have a conversation after this. Good. Go ahead, TL.
Yeah, I want to say what's up to Osa, and Miss Mercedes.
Sis.
The word that comes to me is reflect. Reflect.
I like that. You mentioned that earlier too. Reflect. Reflect. What you got, ladies?
I can go.
Imagination. That's a good one, Overload. Imagination, yeah.
My word is discovery. That's like really popping out at me, just like hearing about everybody's journey.
And my word is purpose. Wait, let me say it again. Purpose, right? And I just also want to, just because we brought it up, and thank you for the mentor program. I'm so hyped, like, for my son to be a part of this program. Thank you, Eki and TL, for even having this program. It means so much to me. I'm a single mom, I co-parent and everything, and to have strong Black kings to do this and mentor the little ones is just amazing. And like my word, purpose, it's a creative thing, but it's so filled with purpose when we just do the things that we might think is just a creative little thing, but it's so ingrained with our testimony. And our testimony isn't just for us, it's for everyone else. So, like, don't be afraid, do it, because it's your purpose. So yeah.
That's such a great wrap up. Thankful for your queens, Eki and Osa. Big O. Listen, transform. Oh, yes, Osa. Come on, you better transform. Transformation. Why am I typing in? One word. Unbothered. There we go. Y'all seen that the thing on social media where it's like when negative energy or something, and you looking and the thing just drops on the floor. It's like, You're unbothered. This is hilarious. Beautiful people, we are your queens. Oh, go ahead, T.O.
I just wanted to say one thing. Two things actually. I wanted to acknowledge the loss of great giant bell hooks who we lost,
Yeah.
whose presence we will sorely feel, whose absence we will sorely feel, in presence we will sorely miss. I wanted to say that, and I just wanted to one more thing that I just a little short thing that I put on my page the other day. It's not there no more because it disappeared. I put it in my stories, and what I was saying was that as it pertains to not only being creative, but just kind of getting out there and doing something, basically believing, in oneself. And I want everybody to kind of remember that good sometimes is the direct enemy of great. How often, do we do something and it's good and we consider it good enough? So once it becomes good enough, don't allow good enough to stop you from getting to great. And I just wanted to say that.
Mic drop. Mic drop. Boss.
My whole spirit is just snatched out. I thought, bang, bang, in a good way. Those spiritual shots. Like, thank you.
Y'all have no idea what y'all be doing for me, man. Ooh, Lord, I believe I can fly. I Phoenix, all those beautiful things. Beautiful. Thank you, family and friends, for tuning in Behind the Crown Talk series. Season 3, episode 7. We wrapped up. Thank you again to Queen Aisha, Queen Nefertiti, Queen Rashina, King TL, King Logic, King Wally of Your Voice Media, our family and friends, DJ Overload, Mommy, my line sisters, all of you who have been on this platform sharing with us. We're going to see you all on December 26th. Yes, in person or virtual. YourQueens.com, Your Queens Inc. on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, all those things, Twitter. We love you. We thank you. And we out. Bye.